Hello, you're listening to Cheat Sheet, the podcast that gets you up to speed with what you need to know.
It cuts through the scroll, the shouting, the spin in just 10 minutes, what you need to know. I'm Sophy Ridge.
And I'm RidgeandFrost. So let's tell you what's happening today.
Well, it's happened again. 2 prisoners have been wrongly freed, this time from a prison in Wandsworth. One of them wasn't reported to police for 6 days.
Crazy story. We'll discuss that. Sky News can also reveal that Elon Musk's platform X, formerly Twitter, is disproportionately showing its users right-wing leaning content. We'll talk about that.
And we've got the word of the year. It's been revealed. It is vibe coding. So we're going to explain what on earth that means.
I need an explainer.
Yeah, me too.
A manhunt is still underway for 2 prisoners who were mistakenly released from a prison in South London, HMP Wandsworth. Brahim Kadour Sharif, 24-year-old Algerian man and registered sex offender, and 35-year-old William Smith. We should say, being recorded at 5:15, they're currently still being searched for. This isn't the first time this happened, Sophie. And crazily, one of them, Kadour Sharif, was missing for 6 days before they realised.
Yeah. So effectively, he's got a 6-day head start on the police who are now trying to find him. But as you say, the thing that is kind of mind-boggling about this story is it comes just off the back of the asylum seeker who was a sex offender, who sparked all those protests, mistakenly released, and it's happened again. It's happened 2 days after David Lammy, the Minister for Justice, said that they brought in the strictest checks that we've ever had. 2 days after those checks introduced, 2 more guys are released. It is honestly quite staggering.
And tell us why David Lammy is so much in the eye of the storm this morning about this.
Yeah, so obviously it's partly because this has happened on his watch, right? He's heading up the Ministry of Justice, but also because yesterday at Prime Minister's Questions, he was asked 5 times.
He was filling in, right? Because Starmer was away.
Exactly, because Starmer was at COP. He was asked 5 times by the Conservatives whether or not it was true that another asylum seeker had been released mistakenly from prison. And he didn't say yes. Now, look, they will say, oh, he wasn't an asylum seeker. He was someone who was here illegally because he'd overstayed his visa. Now, I think for most people listening to that, they will think that's effectively dancing on the head of the pin and that he wasn't being fully transparent about what he knew at the time. But I guess what this just shows is the state of our justice system. This is obviously happening a lot. 262 prisoners released by mistake last year. That's a 120% increase from the previous year.
And Lammy, by the way, yesterday got pretty angry, actually, about being asked this question, which most people would think was legitimate to be asked. It's the moment for the Deputy PM to step up and shine. This morning, he's getting more criticism than praise.
So we're going to be talking Elon Musk today, big shareholder vote as well. But firstly, Sky News has done this amazing investigation by Tom Cheshire, and it's effectively revealing that people's X feeds are predominantly shown right-wing content, regardless of their own political preferences. But effectively, they set up 9 brand new X accounts and monitored exactly what content was being fed to these guys.
It's so interesting. Check it out on the Sky News website.
It's interesting as well because it feels to me that even though X is perhaps not the most kind of popular social media platform for kind of normal people, if that makes sense, it has a disproportionate effect on our political discourse in particular because so many politicians are on it and journalists, I should say, full disclosure as well. Talk to me about Elon Musk as well, because look, he's one of these kind of controversial figures, right? He's kind of weirdly fascinating. He's in the headlines for another reason today.
Yeah, so he's about to get a massive pay rise. Okay, so he's already worth $450 billion.
That's a lot.
and you raise the question of when is enough not enough. Today, shareholders will vote and almost certainly approve his new pay package at Tesla, which could be worth an additional $1 trillion. Head-scratching numbers. And what comes from that is the view that the board and the shareholders just think he's utterly critical to the company. They need to incentivize him. They want to make sure he's focusing primarily on Tesla and not other things. Obviously, it's mad, these numbers. And you pause and you think, well, why on earth would he need more in order to be incentivized to work when you're already that wealthy? The additional point you'd say is they haven't had that good a year. Their profits fell 40% over the past year. The flip side to this is there are a lot of caveats to getting that pay. They've got to hit lots of milestones going forward. So it's performance-related pay. But more importantly, he only owns 15% of the company. And unlike many of the other big tech companies, the founders have disproportionate voting rights. They can vote 10-1 for their shares. Elon Musk doesn't have that. So if this does go through, who are we to question what the shareholders want? It's a sort of democratic vote in that regard. And it goes through today.
I thought that Musk was seen as a bit of a drag on Tesla.
In the last year and a half, that is a legitimate point, which is why the timing of this looks so odd. Though this is for his pay going forward with milestones that have to be hit. But yeah, his political distractions he created have hurt Tesla in the last 12 months, no doubt about it. But he's critical to the company's future.
So Prince William is in Brazil, where he has announced the winner of his Earthshot Prize. It's an award that effectively recognises ideas that help the fight against climate change. It's the 5th year of the prize, where 5 people are awarded £1 million each for their idea. So that's quite a lot. That's big bucks, isn't it? And this year's winners include a project for making South America's Atlantic forest financially viable, and a global ocean treaty initiative, which is aimed at conserving marine life. And yeah, it's a pretty feel-good celebration. Kylie Minogue was there as well.
Indeed. And obviously now the Prime Minister will be there, and he's obviously flying out because the COP30, the UN Climate Change Conference, takes place in Belém in Brazil. So that's why they tie Prince William's prize to that. And now all of those powers that be, other than Donald Trump, will be at COP over the next few days.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The political backdrop is perhaps a little bit more prickly, I should say, than it has been in recent years. Donald Trump, of course, we know his views on climate change, and even here there is pressure, I think, on the government to prioritise reducing bills. So the Collins Dictionary Word of the Year has been revealed. It's actually 2 words.
It's a term.
It's a term. Yeah, for the pedants out there. Wilf, have you ever heard before this morning of the word vibe coding?
No, I can safely say I hadn't, nor the 5 or 6 runners-up that we've got listed. And I just felt this morning reading into this, God, I'm out of touch.
Yeah. Well,
the dictionary is ahead of me. That is embarrassing.
Vibe coding refers to an up-and-coming software development that turns natural language into computer code using AI.
There we go.
Snappy.
Well, I don't know how to vibe code. You know what we also need to start doing as we build up this podcast and other social things? We need to start aura farming. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't. What's aura farming?
That is building up a cool online profile. I guess you have to farm a good aura.
I can't.
That was a runner-up. Glaze, I quite like. It makes me think of Krispy Kreme original glazed donuts, but that's not what it's referring to.
What is glaze?
To give excessive and often sincere praise to someone and sucking up. Like saying, gosh, our bosses are just the greatest leaders I've ever come across. They really are.
They really are.
They really are.
They really are.
And then, this also came up. Dictionary.com, just a week or so ago, released their word of the year, 6-7.
Oh, I do. I know this one.
I've read up on this and I still don't understand it.
Yeah. I've heard this. I was in the cinema the other day and I heard it.
What does it mean?
It's basically, I say that I know what it means. I've heard of it as a concept. I'm not sure that.
So I've read into this and I don't know what it means. Apparently, it comes from the rapper Skrilla's song, released in 2024, called Doot Doot 6-7.
So I don't think it means anything. I think it's just something people just say. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. And apparently it also refers to LaMelo Ball, who's an NBA player's fact that he stands at 6'7".
Yeah.
So for me, I would say I'm Doot Doot 6-5. Is that what I have to do?
He's found another way of weaving his height into
Well, I'm trying to be down with the kids. I'm almost certain that I have failed.
6-7. There you go.
That is today's cheat sheet. Thanks so much for listening. It's been a fantastic first week for us. We really appreciate you listening. You're in for a treat tomorrow, though. You have Anna Jones and Kamali Melbourne presenting Cheat Sheet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. It's been enormous fun doing this podcast every morning, and it's been great to have you guys with us too. We made it, first week.
We did. Don't release the outtakes, guys. Thanks so much.